All right, yeah, this is really a video for the Americans because I doubt that you've heard of this yet. I literally just it just come up on Ron Swanson. I just watched Swanson's live about it, but the kind of backstory to it is this couple, TikTok couple, bought a kind of remote bit of land to do a kind of living off the grid TikTok vibe. And then they went looking for water and ended up finding a whole load of kids' backpacks and kids' bones. And one of the kids' bones sawn in half or something like that. But I was walking Nala and listening to it, so I didn't actually see because they showed these clips. But this is actually because I think as well, Seconds of Horror is the channel I got, YouTube channel I got this from. They, to be honest, saved this, I think, because it was on TikTok and TikTok took it down apparently. But to be fair, TikTok taking it down isn't that crazy because it's a pretty disturbing thing to find and put up. Like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a big conspiracy, but there is like talk of conspiracy. Why are all these kids things? But anyway, we'll just watch this. But like I say, this is I had to share it because quite my majority audience is American. So yeah, this is something I can show the Americans for a change. But yeah, let's go.
Well, now I'm recording like right to TikTok because like it's getting real now. So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water, and we found this like little pond that's like north of an arroyo, and this thing is filled with kids' backpacks.
Like filled with backpacks.
And there's like a mound here, and
there's like a bunch of signs
there's more
of like
backpacks.
wildlife activity,
like if you dig down,
it's like
there's backpacks. There's little kids' backpacks here.
Don't be too loud,
Like,
but right, because people are saying they're faking it for clout, but this is even madder than I was listening to it. It was mad hearing it, but it's actually they've actually buried them. That's crazy. And you heard her then say, "Listen to what she just said." I was thinking, are they faking it for views? But then he deleted his TikTok account after TikTok removed all the videos like this. But if you listen closely, she says, "Don't make too much noise." And this is the thing, they're scared. They think they're being it leads to them thinking they're being followed. But that's crazy that, like, when they said it, I thought they would meant just lying about. Being buried makes it even more. I mean, it's suspicious as hell anyway, but
it's like
there's backpacks. There's little kids' backpacks here.
Don't be too loud,
Like, there are kids' backpacks here. I'm armed. But we found a place out in the middle of the desert north of our property that has bones and boots and
all sorts of shit.
Kids' backpacks. Yeah. This is getting really, really weird. You smell that?
What?
Something smells like sweet.
No.
Like it smells like laundry detergent. Do you smell that? And there's like...
Well, you know it smells that like sweet like that out in places like out here.
So we just hit a point where we found like our fifth backpack or bag after finding that boot. And yeah, we're done. We're gonna head back to the property. Gonna have to contact somebody about this because one of our neighbors was really, really interested when we found bones on our property. And that guy's been really, really against us having social media. So I think it's... Sorry, we're kind of in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure this out, but we just found a bunch of backpacks and like personal belongings.
Or something, 'cause we're gonna have to look at this later, but like.
Well, now I'm recording.
Imagine finding that, and that's the thing. I want to know if people think I don't. It doesn't seem like they're faking it either. And also to be buried like that. But yeah, you definitely got to contact someone. Yeah, let's keep going. But imagine finding that, like that is, and it's like right near your, right near your house that you've just moved into.
Like right.
The only way I was able to find this video,
Bro, they just removed all the posts he posted. I see that. Someone needs to make sure they are okay. They are. They just posted 3 hours ago. Yeah, that's the thing, right? You can kind of see that that's pretty disturbing to have a video with kids' bones and kids' backpacks and kids' boots and shit. Like you can see the TikTok. It doesn't necessarily need to be like, but also what the hell was there? It was making me think while listening to it, but it doesn't seem like there would be. But I was going to say a kid who was abused in the child home and shows how it's all connected and a bigger. But anyway, they said that all if you look in our country, all the care homes are on back onto rivers, and I'm pretty sure they said this is a riverbed. Yeah, it's hard to know.
and happens to be because somebody else reposted the video. But as you can see here, people are leaving comments like, bro, they just removed all the posts he posted. Someone else said, I see that. Someone needs to make sure they are okay. This was another one of their videos. Again, somebody reposted this individual, Stephanie Mitchell.
So we found the spot, and yeah, it's exactly like we thought.
The fact that he's touching that is crazy. That is crazy. Now, they did talk about that on the live, the touching of it, and it is watching him do it. It's crazy that he's just moving shit but like you can explain it, but like in forensics, because there'll be a forensic trail of him and her. But if you can explain it and hand over your fingerprints and see the you can excuse it. It's just why would you be touching it all? Like that is odd that he's so comfortable moving it and that.
Glittery pink Nike shoes and little pink purple backpacks. Like literally everywhere we look, there's a bear backpack, and they're all like this size. And half the ones that I've looked at still have personal effects in them. Like this one over here, literally was filled with clothes and toothpaste. Like literally, there's just more little backpacks. They're all women's and children's shit. Like, yeah, I understand migrants leave stuff, but these are all purple. These are all like purple little girls, man.
Yeah, that's what like it is. That's what they were saying in the live, that it's right on the border of Mexico, so it could be dumping. But why would you dump belongings unless you was nearly about to get caught, or unless there's about or something happened? Who knows?
This is also another one of their videos where they're saying they've called the authorities and the authorities came out.
All right, just got off the phone with the Cochise County Sheriff's Department. They do not think we're wasting anyone's time. After I described the situation, why we thought it was suspicious with there being a lack of a road, everything is women and children's, there was bones. Yeah, they're definitely like, why would you not be concerned? So we got a hold of the same deputy that was out here before when we found a femur and a lower leg bone that had been sawed in half. yeah, those would be guys that are like, oh, it's just, you're blowing it out of proportion, it's just a drop. Well, we found a child-sized femur and lower leg bone that had a clean saw off it, next to a pair of little kid's Jordan shoe, a backpack, and some clothes. Like, the sheriff's department was like, oh damn, like this look, yeah, and we still haven't heard back the results from that. So that,
To be fair, I'm surprised that they was as cool. They must be. I mean, don't mean to be horrible, because they seem like a lovely couple. They really do. But you gotta be pretty kind of slow to like, yeah, like literally, the police must have been thinking, why ever wouldn't you think that? Yeah, it's suspicious. It's suspicious that you don't find it suspicious. That's what I'd be thinking if I was a policeman. But yeah, I don't think that they are responsible.
little fishy. But hopefully with this, it's just like you guys are saying, like, that think we're wasting everyone's time, that it's just a drop. The sheriff's department definitely.
He keeps making lives, but TikTok keeps canceling his lives and giving him community strikes. This was one of his most recent videos on TikTok where he says he's scared, he's crying because now he feels like he's being followed.
So I just saw a truck on our road that was parked. I stood up on the bumper and like got a better look at it, and it turned around. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't feel safe. My wife doesn't feel safe. We can't just drop everything and leave. Like, I'm supposed to be rototilling my garden today. This is just a lot. Like, we absolutely love it here.
Yeah, see, the live that I was watching it on, Ron Swanson's, he's big on the child satanic ritual abuse, and with him and John Wedger have the crime theory thing, so that like he's saying, like, could it possibly be that? And the American elite are, I know people think it's a crazy conspiracy, but it's actually not. Um, but that's what, is it possible that it's a satanic child, or is it a cartel? Maybe something happened and they had to leave no witnesses. A mistake happened, and then it ended up having to bury as much as everything that they. But then why saw a bone in half? Like, and then who's like, even the truck still could be cartel. Cartels are so powerful, but also to be doing that inside America, I mean, even for the cartel, that's very, very ballsy. So it doesn't seem like a cartel would be threatening Americans. Do you know what I mean? That's like, as much as the cartels is extremely powerful, they're not America powerful. So yeah, why would they be openly intimidating them? But that is actually a much more government thing, and maybe it might just be a case that they're just surveillance in the area, see if people come back. Maybe the car being there isn't actually for them. Maybe, yeah, just maybe seeing if this might be a regular route. Um, Watching over it to see if any neighbours or anybody hearing about the commotion going on up there. Maybe someone comes back just having a. Do you know what I mean? It might just be that kind of case, like, have eyes on that crime scene. I mean,
But like, I don't know what to do. Like, my wife doesn't feel safe at this point. We come out of our trailer and look north, and there's that grove of trees, and it just feels like somebody's just kicking me in the freaking chest. Like, I think we have to take a trip for the day or something. Like, we genuinely do not feel safe between the airplane low flyover yesterday and the truck. Like, there's no traffic on this road. I've seen one other truck the entire time we've been out here.
yeah, the person. I don't think people in the UK will kind of understand that, because it's nigh on impossible to be away from people to that extent where there's no like no traffic or anything. But yes, the person who I was listening to the live on Ron Swanson's live a minute ago, she was saying that she used to live, she grew up on a remote farm in America. And she's like, when you grow up in them, like, because America is so big, but she's like, you don't, there's no reason for anybody to come past. So when people do, you're aware, you know that people are there because no one's normally there. It's just, yeah. But that's what I mean. I don't think people in the UK would quite understand how, um, yeah, that kind of side of it.
I don't know what we're gonna do. Like we genuinely can't just like go. You know what I mean? And we don't want to. We love it here.
Maybe it's a drop site. That's why the low flying plane. And maybe just happened by coincidence that when a drop happened and it was being picked up, um, some immigrants crossing the border happened to stumble upon it and they had to leave no witnesses. And if you're sneaking across the border, America doesn't know you're there anyway, so it's not like they're going to be on the lookout for a load of missing women and kids. Yeah, maybe it's that. That's what it's got to be, something like that. But I want to know from the Americans because you'll have more. But I remember, I'm sure it was an American story with the boys on the railway track, but it might be in the UK. The two boys found laid across the tracks, and it was said that they smoked loads of weed and didn't hear the train coming and got killed. They was asleep on the tracks because they smoked so much weed. And then it turned out there was no weed. Yeah, I think that is America as well. But that's what I mean. Shit like that happens where you can be out by the border, accidentally see some cartel shit or see some shit you're not meant to see, and yeah. But I say on the border of America, it happens everywhere. Really, you can walk down the wrong road in London and see some shit you're not meant to see, and have a whole lot of trouble on your hands.
I don't know. We'll keep you guys posted. We're most likely going to be going live a lot today because this is just if the truck breaks down or we get a flat tire or something, I just want to be able to have you guys. If that makes sense. We just don't have. We have a few friends and that's it. And yeah, I've never had a wife before, and she's amazing and she's scared. So like I don't know what else to do. I'm not somebody that runs, but like I'm not gonna put my wife in danger because we went for a walk. You know what I mean? But I don't know what else to do. So we're gonna keep in contact with everybody. We're going to go live, like I said, because like this truck is not reliable. I just replaced the water pump, so we'll see how this goes. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we just were trying to do the right thing, and we went for a walk, and it just kind of turned into this. And like I'm supposed to be rototilling my garden today. I'm supposed to like be doing homesteading shit, and my wife is like scared, so like I have to do what I can. Shit, I'm scared. Like I don't know why I'm saying my wife's scared. I'm scared. Like I will say I'm scared. Like it doesn't work out well for people like us in movies that find shit like this, if it is what we think it is. So I genuinely don't know what to do. We're gonna go for a drive.
I don't know whether he said what he thinks it is he? But yeah, that's saying that. That's the like. I don't think they're lying. He had real tears falling down his eyes. And yeah, the kind of saying my wife's scared, it kind of is like not accepting the fact that you're shitting yourself. And to be honest, it does seem more like, yeah, either some smuggling people gone wrong, someone seeing something they haven't seen. Yeah, he's completely right. You're out in the middle of nowhere, and no matter what it is, you're completely out your depth. Whether it's cartels, whether it's government satanic rituals, whether it's just some satanic. I think that's the less likely now watching it. It does seem more like a cartel thing. Maybe I don't know, but it does. I'm leaning more towards cartel, but I don't know. Let me know what you're thinking. But I'm not getting a vibe from them that they're bullshitting, and especially with the saying my wife's scared. Like that's a way of kind of like putting across to the viewers without actually accepting the fact that as a man, the protector, your wife and kids or whatever's defense against the world, and you're scared. Like that's a worse place for a man to be in, and you're completely out your depth. Like I say, with no matter what way it is, you are out your depth.
We can't really take the cat, but we like have to. So he just can't sit in a hot trailer all day by himself. So we're gonna get Javier and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do today. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for us not feeling alone. I don't know what we would do without TikTok right now. So thank you, and we'll keep you posted. Since the live stream got taken down and we haven't yet, we need to we just want to tell everybody we in no way.
All right, this seems weirder now that they're taking it down. At first, when it was actually them with the stuff, with the kid like that, I can see. But taking down these things where they're just talking about it, what is it that, and what, who's telling TikTok to take it down and keep like that seems weird. That does seem weird. Apparently, it doesn't happen on their YouTube, and their YouTube channel's still up. But yeah.
Plan on harming ourselves or do anything like that. Like we're very happy and in love and everything's great.
Very happy.
We're very happy people. So we do not plan on harming ourselves at all. Just getting that out there since it was on our live stream that got taken down. Yeah, just thank you guys for everything. We're just going to keep kind of trying to breathe a little bit today. Figure out a plan. We don't want to get pushed around or pushed off our property. It's like the last thing, obviously. Like this is our dream to do this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I understand you guys like want us to like make them shareable, but you guys can screen record them and share them too. It's just right now I really gotta kind of protect our sanity, if that makes sense. But I love you guys so much. Thank you. Please no, don't do that. Like if you guys feel the need ever to give to us just out of the kindness of our heart for our homestead or something, I understand that. But
So people keep asking if there's a way to donate to him, a GoFundMe, and so forth. But he keeps making videos and he's replying to comments saying to stop asking because he does not want anybody's money. He's not in this for donations, and he does not want a GoFundMe. He believes he stumbled upon something and he wants to try to help people, but now he and his wife are scared and they feel like they are being followed.
I found this creepy.
Yeah, let me know what your thoughts and like I say, most of my views is Americans, and you're gonna have a much better idea of different possibilities of what it could be. But I also think they're very bad at handling this. They're not. They're not very capable. Because if that was me, do you know what I mean? I'd be following up. Maybe they have been, and we just haven't seen them because I haven't seen it because the lives have been took down or whatever, and no one's clipped it. But I'll be keeping on with the police. What's going on? What is that? what's happening, right? And also judge off of their reaction. But it's definitely creepy, and I definitely think it's something. Right? I don't know what has happened, and like I say, I do believe in the elite and the child sacrifice. Like there's too many cases, and I can go into why I believe in that, but I don't think that this is this. I think this is more um, smuggling, maybe, or government involved. Like I say, either way, it's scary. Possible government. Um, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I do think they stumbled upon something. Yeah, and I don't feel like they're lying. Maybe like, but then they deleted their TikTok, and like they said, I don't think they're doing videos about that now. They're trying to go back to, but probably keeping it public is the best thing you can do. I saw a journalist um, who went into the elite child abuse um, in our country, and he was like, anytime I come across something big, I instantly put it in the paper. And he's like, and that's how I kind of defended myself, because the only reason they'd have a reason to kill you is if you know something they don't want you to tell. If you've already told it, there's no point. There's no point in exposing themselves by actually killing you for saying it. He's like, so the safest you can do is whatever information you get is to put it out in public. That being said, these are regular people. They're not people that went out looking for it like he was and kind of ready for a fight. They've stumbled into this. But also, I think, yeah, they are just so out their depth, and that, like I say to the Americans, let me know your thoughts, because it was weird. It seemed very weird to me, very weird. And like I say, the fact that TikTok was removing some of that stuff wasn't removed, didn't need to be removed. Why was talking about it such a problem? That's weird. That's very, very weird. There seems more. That's more American government power than cartel power, if you know what I mean. Influence. Mm. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Sweet.